Krakens have officially joined the fossil record. This is Nanaimoteuthis hogartai. I already talked about what this guy was like in the first part of this series, so right now I actually want to talk about what a lot of people might be thinking. Could something like this still exist in the unexplored corners of our ocean? The answer is probably not, but not for the reasons you're thinking. First, what is deep-sea gigantism? The phenomenon that makes deep-sea animals so gigantism. Being big is more energy efficient in the deep sea when the conditions are really cold and food is super limited. At the same time, there's a lot less predation, which means things can grow to larger sizes and not get chomped while they're still young and small. The second thing to consider is this idea that 95% of the oceans remain unexplored. Now this is kind of a myth, because while yes, only 5% of the volume of water has been documented, we have documented 100% of the seafloor with satellites and sonar. Most of that volume of water between the surface and the seafloor is empty. It's kind of like saying sky krakens could exist because we've only explored 5% of the sky. But here's maybe the most important factor to consider when thinking about whether or not giant animals could still exist out in the ocean. And that's, do we see traces of them left behind? Before we discovered a live specimen of the giant squid, we first discovered the marks it left on the faces of sperm whales that it got into fights with. So if things like the giant octopus or megalodon still existed, we would see traces of their existence. Their bite marks on other animals, their dead bodies on the sea floor. So nothing truly the size of a blue whale or bigger exists in the deep sea where we've supposedly not explored. But there technically is one organism that's longer than a blue whale. And it's not a single organism, it's a colony of many tiny ones forming this giant society. And that's siphonophores. Thanks for subscribing.